Hello, I am Stephanie Joy, the attorney at All Things Social Security and Joy Disability Law. Your video is about to start. I just wanted to remind you that if you click the join button below, you can learn more about the memberships offered at a very affordable price that can give you a little more direct attorney answers to your questions. Have a great day and enjoy the video. Hey all, happy Friday. This is Friday Fraud Law Review. This just happened the other day on July 9th. Okay, and it's in Ohio, and I'm bringing this one up because it's an attorney doing a bad thing. Apparently, the fellow had been disbarred. So let's get into it. He apparently admitted, so I guess this is a guilty plea, that he had used false identities, social security numbers, to obtain employment with at least 7 law firms. Jeez. Okay, so let's see what it says. Apparently, he used identifying information belonging to his elderly father, his girlfriend, what else does it say here? A deceased man, and others. And by the way, I'm giggling, but it's mostly because it's an attorney. And, you know, we have a bad enough reputation as it is without it having to go this far, right? He falsely told at least one firm that he was a University of Michigan football player and an ex-Marine. I guess it's like go big or go home, he was thinking, right? According to court documents, the Cincinnati Bar Association filed a complaint against this gentleman. By the way, he pled guilty, so I'll say his name, Richard Lewis Crosby III. They brought the complaint against him, the Bar Association, in November 2020, and in April of 2021, he indicated his intent to resign from the practice of law altogether, apparently. In that same year, he was indicted and charged in Hamilton County with crimes related to stealing client funds. Ooh, so in addition to stealing IDs and such, social security numbers, he was stealing client funds. After he was indicted, then the Southern District of Ohio entered an order disbarring him. Okay, at least they waited for an indictment, although that's not a conviction. But now, of course, he's pled guilty, so. Let's see. Back in 2022, he was arrested in both of the Hamilton County cases. So I guess these are overlapping bads in different areas with different repercussions in different jurisdictions. He was sentenced to probation in both of those cases in June 2023. Probation. What do you think about probation? I know sometimes it's good. Other times it seems to be a, you know, get away with it. Let's do it again. In his federal plea agreement, while the local cases were pending, he created an email account using the name of Richard C. Williams-esque, as an Esquire. And he used the email address and the alias of Richard Williams to communicate with a law firm in DC. I think we reported on this back when he was perhaps arrested. I mean, here it's where he's pleading guilty to it. The firm briefly employed him. And then in June of 2022, at which point he had been disbarred in Ohio and arrested on the Hamilton. So all this like disbarment and arrests are going on, or yeah, arrests and those in the local cases are going on. And he's using just the next name to go out, you know, work while that stuff's going on. It's nuts. He applied online for attorney position with a law firm in California. The firm offered him a position as an associate attorney with a salary of $150,000. He was employed under his alias for approximately 3 months and used a firm email address with the alias name. A few months later, now we're still talking like the September 2022, he used his alias to apply for an attorney position with a law firm based in Miami, Florida. Sounds like he was just looking to job hop too. Was he just expecting that they're going to figure it out and I got to move on to the next job? He met with a recruiter via Zoom, and represented himself as Richard Williams, a licensed attorney admitted to the bar in New York and DC. He then met with one of the firm's hiring managers in Florida and was ultimately offered employment in October. So we're still talking end of 2022. And again, okay, this time his starting salary was $185,000 with a $5,000 signing bonus. He used his girlfriend's social security number. I hope she dumped him. Passport number and banking information to complete his onboarding paperwork at the law firm. I mean, they have to report that. I would think that that's going to be discovered real fast by Social Security when the employer reports income, payments, wages, because the name is not going to match the Social Security number, right? Okay, in April of 2023 now, okay, so now we're cruising to last year. The firm received an inquiry from an investigator in Claremont County Child Support Enforcement Office, so he's a real winner, making the firm aware of Crosby's true identity. He was subsequently fired. You're fired. A couple months later, in July of 2023, so we're talking exactly a year ago, he then interviewed with the founding partner of a different California law firm. He also falsely claimed to work at the law firm of Kirkland and Ellis. After the founding partner asked Crosby to verify with whom he worked with at Kirkland and Ellis, Crosby withdrew his interest in the job. Guess it all takes a little question, huh? A few days later, Crosby again used the alias to attempt to obtain employment. He interviewed over Zoom with senior management of a law firm located in Coral Gables, Florida. He was an interstate guy, this one. Crosby doctored a screenshot of the name Richard Coleman Williams Jr. in the online DC bar membership directory to attach to his resume. That firm didn't do a lot of due diligence because they offered Crosby a starting salary of $195,000 per year with a $10,000 signing bonus, but eventually determined Crosby was using a false identity and did not end up hiring him. In August of 2023, wow, the defendant applied for a job at another law firm. This one was in Michigan, and they sent him a letter offering him a salary of $145,000 with a $10,000 signing bonus. When his credential information had discrepancies, the firm terminated their working relationship before issuing Crosby's first paycheck. So I guess he showed up for work, right? In September 2023, 1 month prior to his arrest on federal charges, I bet you I reported about this in October or September, that part of it. I don't think it was as robust as all of these different infractions we're going through now. So this is what came out in the wash in the interim investigation between then and now. He used a different alias to apply for a job at another law firm in California. This is where he said he was the University of Michigan football player and an ex-Marine. He was hired as an attorney at a salary of $250,000 per year, I guess because he was a University of Michigan football player and an ex-Marine. I wonder if they were hoping to, it's a cool thing to have on your roster of lawyers, I'm sure, right? Some of that kind of background. This is where he used the social security number of a deceased man from North Carolina in his tax paperwork to the firm. And then he was arrested by the feds in October of 2023. As part of his guilty plea, he has agreed to pay nearly $171,000 in restitution to law firms he defrauded. That's good. Now, if you want to know the sentence, there is a sentence recommendation put in the plea agreement. So this will be up to the judge whether to approve this sentence recommendation. 37 months in prison. So that is 3 years and 1 month. What do you think? I mean, he's a very clever guy. He probably could have done some good legal work. It was that disbarring that really nailed him. And I guess he didn't want to change careers. That was stupid. Get the heck out while you can. I don't know why you stay. Anyway, 3 years. I'm probably okay with that. And I rarely say that, right? I'm usually like, that's not enough. We don't see a lot of that though. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I know it's a lawyer, so it might be like, stick it to him. I can't say I totally disagree. However, he didn't rip off any people. He ripped off law. Well, he wasted their time and their interviewing time and all that. So, in a sense, I don't think he actually did. He take any paychecks? He might have. Certainly, he should have to pay those back. 3 years in prison. If it's actually 3 years in prison, I guess I'm okay with it. If it's 9 months and he gets out, I don't think it's enough. All right. I will talk to you guys later. That is our fraud law review for this week. Ciao. See you later. Bye.